What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing on this Saturday? Hopefully, you're all enjoying your weekend. Hopefully, you're all having a great day. So, the Yankees unfortunately lost today's game 6-5. So, they are going to play another rubber game tomorrow. This time, it's against the St. Louis Cardinals. So, let's hope they can get a series victory. You'll have Nestor Cortez on the bump today. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with everyone you know. We are 11 subscribers away from 900, folks. So if there's 11 people out there that are watching this for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join in on the conversation. We are 11 subs away from 900. And if you're watching this on X, come over to YouTube and join in on the conversation. So as far as today's game goes, Will Warren, kind of what I expected. Went 4 innings, struck out 3, walked 3, gave up 4 runs, gave on 5 hits. He looked good in his first couple of innings, but then collapsed, unfortunately. And that was I don't want to place blame. But there was a double play that the Yankees could have turned around, but unfortunately, Volpe bobbled the ball. It happens, but it is what it is. The Yankees were down 6-1. They tried making a comeback. They tried to tie up the game in the bottom of the ninth. I mean, they had an opportunity to win it in the bottom of the ninth. They had 2 men on. Austin Wells at the plate. Unfortunately, he struck out, but they almost made a comeback. They almost tied the game up in the bottom of the 8th when Giancarlo Stanton came in to pinch hit, and that ball was almost gone. He almost hit a grand slam, but it just did not. It just wasn't enough. It just hit off the top of the wall. So kind of lame, but it is what it is. Again, they only lost by 1 run. This loss, it stinks, but it doesn't hurt as bad as some of these other losses that the Yankees have experienced. So I'm actually, I'm not saying I'm good with the loss. I'm okay. This doesn't hurt as much. Let's put it that way. So let's see what happens tomorrow, though. Yankees play, another rubber game. I believe the Yankees are 12-8 or 12-9 with rubber games this season. So, we'll see what happens, tomorrow, right? Hopefully they can get the series win. They need every series win, but this one's going to be important. Of course, the Orioles are going to play later tonight against the Rockies. Let's see if the Rockies can get a win tonight, help the Yankees out at least. So let's see what happens. But let me say what's up to the chat real quick because there's a few people in here. And Furnace, what's going on, bro? Hopefully you're having a good day. How are you? Ken, what's going on, dude? How's it going? D-Train, what's up, D-Train? Yankee Kyle, what's going on, Yankee Kyle? How you doing? NYJ and NYY fan, appreciate you. How you doing? How's it going, man? Yeah, Orioles do have an easy schedule. They're Egyptian. How are you there, man? Frank, what's going on? Okay, just before Cabrera gets all the blame for his mess up, Cole had mess up the other day. No big deal. The last 3 balls. Yeah, and that's a problem, right? It's like in the bottom of the ninth yesterday with Clay Holmes on the mound, right? He made Volpe made that error or had that error. And let's just say if that led to something else, fans would have blamed Clay Holmes for it, right? Small mistakes, folks, small mistakes. One small, some of these little mistakes, it adds up to something bigger. It's inevitable. It happens every time. It happens every time. But, nothing you could do about it. These things are going to happen. I mean, it happens a lot with the Yankees. I get it. Infield defense is good, but it could be better, right? Though we did too, but we play like Verdugo against, yeah. See, Verdugo on the bottom of the eighth sees pitcher unraveled with Stanton's double. Could have been patient at the plate. Yeah, I agree, Eunice. I agree. And how are you? How are you? Yeah, I'm hearing. Yeah, I heard the same thing about Rizzo. Um, I know the roster expands from 26 to 28 tomorrow. I was just on Jason's live stream, which shout out to Jason from 161. He was, talking about, who could get called up. He was, we were all speculating. So, is it Dominguez and Efros? Is it Rizzo and Efros? I mean, I don't know. Right. I know a lot of folks want to see Will Warren sent back down, but till Hill or Schmidt get back, you're not going to see Warren get sent back down until one of those guys gets back. And I'm pretty sure Schmidt's probably going to come back first. Hopefully next week. I don't know, but I'd like to see him come up. That would be fantastic. But Schmidt's definitely needed. Like I said, when Schmidt gets back, Will Warren will get sent back down. Well, yeah, that pitch clock violation. The pitch clock thing, that I don't know about you guys, that confuses me. That I don't know. I don't exactly. I know the batter has to be ready. The pitcher needs to pitch. Like, I don't know. That whole rule is just, it's so confusing me. It's so confusing to me. I mean, the pitcher was off the mound too, so I don't get it. TJ come up, TJ Rumfield. Yeah, probably not. You're probably not going to see him come up, although I'd be very surprised if they did. Yeah, that first out to Cabrera in the bottom of the ninth, that was ridiculous, man. I couldn't believe that went down. But Cabrera's not the first batter to mess up with that pitch clock violation. He won't be the last. So expect things like this. Unfortunately, it's just it. Well, listen, I know the Yankees get a lot of bad calls, but I feel like umpires just make bad calls all the time. That's the way I see it. I think umpires make bad calls all the time. It's all across baseball. It happens to every team. It just seems like it happens a lot to the Yankees because we tune into a lot of the games, and it seems like the umpires don't want to favor the Yankees. But I feel like every team is experiencing that. Yeah, but Christopher, what's up, man? I'm sure they do some sort of training in the offseason. I don't know. And as far as hiring more experienced ones, I mean, a lot of these guys go to school for it. So I mean, they have to start somewhere, right? They have to start somewhere. They gain experience. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have been in the league for a long time, like Angel Hernandez before he retired. He was an umpire in Major League Baseball for a long time, and he stunk. Yeah, and this was what I was saying, Ken. That this is the part that confused me is the pitcher wasn't on the mound. Why the hell should Capera be in the box? I agree. I agree. They are. They are. Umpires they've been bad. They've been bad for a long time. Hey, I would love to have Jonathan India, but I don't think that's going to happen. Even if the Yankees were to try to get Jonathan India, there's no way the Reds are going to let him go. There is no way the Reds are going to let him go. Well, yeah, exactly. CD Buckner, he's another one. He still stinks. Oh, it's totally normal for these umpires to make bad calls. Come on. Totally normal. I mean, this isn't anything new. I just feel like it happens more often than it used to. Oh, Laz Diaz. Oh, how can we forget him? Another crappy umpire, right? So there's a lot of umpires that have umpired in the league for a long time, and they stink. Egyptian Nestor Cortez pitches tomorrow. All right, Nestor Cortez pitches tomorrow. And I hope Nestor does Nestor things because he's looked pretty good in his last couple of starts, and it's encouraging to see. Hopefully, he can go 6-7 innings tomorrow in tomorrow's game, which is another early game. So that believe that game starts at around 1:35. So hopefully, you all can tune into that. Doing a play-by-play for that game. So hopefully, I can see all of you. Hey, Cold Italian Pizza. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, what's up, Cold Italian Pizza? Yeah, I mean, this was the month that they were supposed to take advantage, man. On paper it was easy. I'm not saying that it was just going to be a cakewalk. On paper it was easy, right? It was an easier schedule compared to the previous months, compared to July and June, right? But unfortunately, just some bad mistakes, some bad games. It cost them, right? They could have had a much better record. They could have had a much better record, but for the month of August, but you know, unfortunately, it didn't happen. So they end the month of August on a loss. September 1st is tomorrow. Let's hope they could start the month off with a win, right? And curious to see who they call up tomorrow. That's the part that I'm looking forward to the most. Daniel Barry, what's up, Daniel Barry? How's it going there, bud? What's up, referee? Hey, I mean, listen, he's gonna Warren's gonna get sent back down once Schmidt or yeah, Clark Schmidt gets back. So he will get sent back down. In the meantime, he's going to be up here till either Schmidt or Luis Hill gets back. What's up, Demon D? Yeah, well, I know a lot of people don't like Verdugo, but he also made an excellent play from left field. Just saying. Jacob, what's going on? What's up, Jacob? Yeah, Rizzo. I'm reading the same thing that he can that he might be back in the lineup. If you're talking college football, I'm not watching college football at the moment. Well, here's the thing. Rizzo is not the player that he once was. Neither is DJ. Unfortunately, Ben Rice has not been as productive as I would have hoped. Right? If he was playing as good as I would have hoped, then there would be no discussion about Rizzo. Rizzo is not going to be a savior, right? His the kind of player that he is, you just hope that he could contribute more, right? He's not going to be like a savior or anything like that. I just hope that this guy can contribute more than what DJ has. If you can add something to this team, if you can add some production to this team, I'd be happy with that. Poteet. When is Poteet supposed to be back? I know he's got some rehab games. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't think they're going to get Vlad Guerrero Jr. No. Yeah, I feel like it sucked for them to lose, man. But at least they didn't. At least they didn't lose by 5 runs. They tried making a comeback. They tried making a comeback. It just wasn't enough. Stanton almost hit that grand slam. It was just bounced off the top of the wall. So close. I thought that ball was gone. I thought that game was tied with a grand slam. Well, I'm like I said, he was out all of last year. I don't want to say all of last year, but the Yankees just didn't do right by him. When he got that concussion, his performance fell. Unfortunately, if it wasn't for that concussion, he was having a good year actually last season. I thought he would have bounced back, but unfortunately, he didn't. Yeah, prior to his injury, he wasn't. Prior to his injury, he wasn't playing well, but he's gotta be better than DJ. I would hope. Yeah, let's see who the Yankees call up. I mean, Jason Dominguez is in the conversation. He's part of the conversation. We don't know if he's going to get called up. He's in the conversation, though. We'll find out tomorrow. I I mean, I guess you could say it can use some work. What do you think? I'm not sure I follow you here, dude. I don't know what's with this thing with you and Stanton. I don't understand. He's a threat at the plate, so I'm not really sure where you're getting at here. Well, let's hope the rest did cool off his brain. Ask Brian Cashman, ask Aaron Boone. After this season, he's gone. I don't know. I don't see the Yankees cutting this guy. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but if I had to guess, I don't think the Yankees cut this guy. I know his bat has not been great. His plate appearances have been terrible. His defense is still good in left field. Let's bring up TJ. He's a real first baseman. If he bats decent, then that he is a real first baseman, no doubt. And the key word there is if he bats decent. We don't know, right? There was a lot of talk about Ben Rice, and I know Ben Rice. He's got a lot of potential. He's good. He's great, but how do we know if TJ Rumfield is going to give good production? How do we know that? I want to give him a chance. Don't get me wrong. I definitely want to give him a chance. I want to give TJ Rumfield a chance. Maybe next season. Maybe next season. Well, that's what I'm saying, Scotto. I don't see the Yankees benching Verdugo. I don't see it. I don't see how that happens. Yeah, Lou. He's coming into his own. He's entering beast mode for sure. Now I understand what you're saying, Christopher. Yeah, no, referee. I mean, they're not going to sign him back. They're definitely not going to sign him back. They're not going to give him a qualifying offer. The qualifying offers apparently it's projected to be 21 million or just a little over 21 million. There's no way they're going to give that QO to him or Gleyber Torres for that matter. Yeah, he got 8 million for this year alone. Yeah, they're like I said, Yeah, I know who you meant, Verdugo, but yeah, there's no way that the Yankees are gonna make a QO for him. They're gonna let him walk. Dominguez is probably, he's more than likely going to be your starting left fielder starting next season, right? If everything goes according to plan. That's probably what it's going to take is 50 million a year. I'd be surprised if he gets more. Well, actually, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised, but how much are you willing to give him? Oh, and folks, as we are talking here, following today's game, the Yankees optioned Ben Rice and Will Warren back to AAA Scranton, folks. I wanted to report that right now. It just popped up on my phone. One more time. Following today's game, the Yankees optioned Ben Rice and Will Warren to AAA Scranton. So there you go. There you go. Ben Rice back to AAA. Will Warren back to AAA. There's your two moves. Now, who do they call up? So we'll see what happens, folks. Well, there you go. I know when Jason went live, we were waiting for some news. Hopefully, he was waiting for news, but there's your news, folks. I just broke it to you live. I'm just Chet. I'm just going off of how the Yankees go about things. That's all I'm going off of. I'm just going off of how the Yankees go about things. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong. If I hope I'm wrong, okay. Over his free agent season, but he is batting 230 with a month left. His bat hurts. Yeah, I mean, look, I know everybody's calling for Dominguez. Look, if Dominguez gets called up, I hope he kills it. I want him to kill it. But there is a lot of pressure on Jason Dominguez. There's so much pressure on him. Yes, we saw the small sample size for him, and he looked good. Last year, right? But they're comparing this guy there's a lot of folks that are comparing him to Mickey Mantle, and that's where I'm just like, let's pump the brakes. Like we gotta wait and see. I think Dominguez has a lot of potential. I think he could help this team, but I don't know about savior, but I feel like he could be a contributor. And he may not get called up, Scotto. He may not. Again, I'm curious to see what the Yankees are going to do, who they're going to call up. But one thing's for sure, Ben Rice and Will Warren are sent back to AAA. So there you go. Rizzo's back, and so is Poteet. I mean, Rizzo's probably going to be one of those guys. Well, how can we be? This is what I'm saying. How can we be so sure? I mean, I understand Verdugo. Like I said, he's been piss poor at the plate. Yeah, thankfully he's only a rental. But I want, again, if Dominguez gets called up, I want him to play well. I want him to do well. I really do. It does go to 28 for September. Yes. Unless they move Grisham down, who still has moves, and Dominguez becomes the fourth outfielder off the bench. Maybe. Yeah, Mello, he already got sent back down, dude. Him and Ben Rice. The news just broke out like 2 minutes ago. Him and Ben Rice were sent back down to AAA. What's up, John? How's it going? You could throw your hands up in frustration. That's fine. Yeah, Warren is not. I mean, he's not ready. He's got potential. He's got potential. There is potential to him, but he needs time. He's still got to develop. There's things that he does need to work on. I don't know where she is, but if she happens to come on and text me and say, "Hey, I want to come on and rant," then yeah, I'll invite her up. But yeah, I don't know where she is. But like I said, I do like Will Warren. He should be given a chance. I know he hasn't looked good, but like I said, he's gonna get sent back down. He just got sent back down. There's things that he needs to work on. He's got to develop, right? Let's see what happens with him. Let's see what happens with him. So, yeah, 3-run homer. Yeah, like clockwork for 4 runs before 4 innings. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I believe that was my prediction from earlier today. 4 runs, 4 innings. His slider, his sinker is really good too, and his changeup as well. Those are really good for him. So, yeah, autocorrect. Yeah, the autocorrect whenever I do like talk text on my phone, when I'm sending a text to somebody, it's terrible. So bad. So bad. But let me pull up the box score here real quick. Um Today's game day. Can you all see that? Let me zoom in a little bit more so y'all could see it. So Torres went 1 for 5. Soto 1 for 5. Judge went 1 for 4. Austin Wells went 2 for 5. Jazz Chisholm went 3 for 4. Anthony Volpe went 2 for 4. Trent Grisham went 0 for 3. And then you had Giancarlo Stanton come in as a pinch hitter, and he had that RBI 3 RBI double, which was almost a grand slam. Verdugo went 1 for 4, and then Oswaldo Cabrera went 0 for 4. So there's a few bright spots with the bats, but nothing. Unfortunately, not enough to win the game. Yeah, Volpe has been good recently. Right now Volpe has his batting average. Right now it's at 254. Let's look at the last 15 games for Anthony Volpe. So check this out. The last 15 games, he struck out 10. He had 10 strikeouts, 5 stolen bases, 4 walks. His batting average though is at 291. In the last 7 games, his batting average has been 320. So I'd say those are good numbers. I'd say he's trending in the right direction. So I like where Volpe's heading right now. He's been hitting better at the plate, no doubt. Yeah, like I said, Verdugo, I like him defensively. His plate appearances have not been great. And Li, what's up, Li? How's it going, bro? How are you? How's life treating you? And Li, I don't know if you heard the news, but Ben Rice and Will Warren just got sent back down to AAA. You don't think Dominguez comes up? Who do you think comes up? Who do you think the Yankees are calling up there, Li? Let me get your thoughts. What are you thinking? Curious to see your thoughts. Yeah, Egyptian. I'm thinking Rizzo as well. Well, you've been waiting for DJ to get DFA'd for quite some time, but we all know that's not going to happen. I'd be shocked if it did happen. So I think you have I think you have a better chance of maybe hitting the lottery. I don't know. Yeah, Rizzo. That's what I was saying too. Rizzo gets switched for Rice. I mean that I feel like that was going to happen. That was inevitable. But who's the pitcher that's going to get called up? So 4 roster spots. Yeah, Rice and Warren demotions. So Rizzo. This is true. Yeah, Rizzo, Dominguez, Efros, and perhaps Schmidt. Hmm. That's a possibility. Rizzo, Dominguez, Efros, perhaps Schmidt, maybe Clark Schmidt. I feel like it's got to be Rizzo and Efros. I don't know who the other two, but Dominguez is in the conversation according to Aaron Boone. We were just talking about Dominguez, and I know a lot of fans want him being called up. Li doesn't think that he's going to get called up. But with Warren going back down, I mean Schmidt has to be the guy, I would think. Yeah, I know. I know it's not Ian Hamilton. He's got back spasms, so it's definitely not him, which sucks because I really wanted to see Hamilton back. But yeah, those back spasms, he was experiencing that. Um, and you're saying Rizzo, Clark Schmidt, John Birdie. Okay, Scott Efros. Well, they certainly need some help in the pitching. There's no doubt there. And John Birdie is definitely needed. He's been out since May with that calf strain, so I'm glad he's making a comeback. It's got to be Schmidt then, if that's the case. John Birdie? I mean, he's another utility guy. I mean, they have that in Oswaldo Cabrera. I don't know where they're gonna fit him. This is true. You're right, Li. He could play. He could play multiple positions. Egyptians saying we don't need Birdie. I mean, Li will probably appreciate this one. They could always DFA DJ and bring in Birdie, right? Even though we know the Yankees are not going to DFA him. I've been saying the same thing, dude. I don't see. I'm one of those fans who's not saying this. I've been saying that Verdugo's not going to get DFA'd. I don't see it either. I really don't. Replace Cabrera? Could be. I don't know. But I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see who they're going to bring up. It's just, it's killing me. Yeah, Verdugo playing left field every day. I mean, I don't see anything else that's happening with that. I really don't. His defense in left field is still great. I mean, like I said, his plate appearances stink, and I'm going to keep saying that. But his defense is still good in left field. I mean, throwing that runner out earlier in the game today. I mean, that was an incredible play. That throw was right on. It was right on target. Well, if that was Aaron Hicks or Joey Gallo, they wouldn't have made that play. They're Egyptian. That's just me, though. And Eunice has a theory here. Here's my theory. So all these guys get called up. We'll play them to get ready for the postseason. The clock is ticking. It's time to. They look like a team that wants to get back in playoffs. Well, one would hope. One would hope because September 1st is tomorrow, and September starts tomorrow. Which after today's game, there's 26 games left, I believe. So season's winding down, and September is not going to be definitely not going to be easy. They after the St. Louis series, they go to Texas to play against the Rangers. And then after the Texas Rangers to go play against the Cubs, then I believe it's Kansas City. I'd have to look at the schedule again. Why is that? Ken, is Wyatt is that your grandson? I'll wave back. Yeah, so they end the series with St. Louis tomorrow. They got Texas for 3 games, going in Arlington. Then they go play the Cubs in Chicago, and then Kansas City comes to town. Then they have a 4-game set against Boston. So they got a 3-game set against Kansas City in 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks, and then 4-game set against Boston, which that's going to be huge. Those 7 games are going to be big. Holy smokes. Those 7 games are going to be big. Then they got the West Coast trip, Seattle and Oakland, and then they come back to New York, play against Baltimore, then Pittsburgh. So, yeah, September is going to be an interesting month. Copy, Li. What's up, Papi Chulo? How you doing? Yeah, O's got it good, man. I'm hoping the Rockies beat the O's tonight. That would be fantastic. Time to put some wins on their own and not depend on Baltimore losing playoffs. They have to take care of business on. Well, yeah, you're right there. You're right there. They got to start taking care of business. Absolutely. They got to. This September is going to be the time where they have to, not play mediocre baseball, not put out mediocre lineups. Well, they did not capitalize in the month of August. Unfortunately, they didn't capitalize as much as I would have hoped in the month of August. It just didn't. It didn't happen. And speaking of the Orioles, back it up, Binge. How's it going, man? How are you? How are you feeling about the Orioles game tonight? What are your thoughts? Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Dominguez got hurt, man. I mean, Dominguez got hurt. Pereira got hurt. I feel like one of those guys would have been called up when Giancarlo went down, right? Dominguez probably would have been called up if he wasn't hurt. That could be could be a ding. Could have happened. Well, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's the end of the world it's the end of the world if Dominguez doesn't come up. But a lot of fans really want him up, and if he doesn't come up, it's like Yankees fans are gonna raise hell, you know. So a lot of folks want Dominguez up. They really feel that Dominguez is going to be the difference maker on this team. I want him to play well. I think there's a lot of potential there with him. What are we saying here? Back it up, Binge. You're saying feeling confident about the series. Orioles staff getting healthier. Eflin may pitch tomorrow. Webben coming back soon. Grayson saying he's progressing. Weird season, anybody's division. Yeah, seriously, man. Seriously. Yeah, well, John, you know what? A lot of fans want to say, "Oh, let's not go to games. Let's not do this. Let's not do that." Let's be honest. They're gonna go to games. They're gonna buy their merchandise. They're gonna go buy those chicken buckets. Yankees fans are never gonna boycott the Yankees. Let's be honest. Do I think Judge gets to 60 plus? I think he'll get to 60. I mean, he's at 51 home runs. He could get 9 home runs in the rest of the season. More than 60, I don't know. I mean, he has to, if he's going to get there, he's got to hit multiple home runs. Hey, what's up, Bernie Williams? What's going on? What's this bigger picture that you're talking about? Oh, LI, how much I love your generalizations. I believe there's 26, 27 games left. Let me check, man. Yeah, there's 26 games left. 26. Yeah, well, tourists go to Yankees games too, for sure. Yeah, 26 games. Yeah, I think Judge should be able to get 60. I mean, the rate that he was going at, I thought, okay, maybe this guy could hit 64, but I doubt it. You know? And I don't know if Back It Up Binge is in the chat still, but have the Orioles sent anybody back down, or that'll probably happen after tonight's game, because I'm sure they're gonna be calling up or getting back some of their guys, or calling up some of their guys there for the Orioles. Yeah, Joe, I already talked about it. I already announced it as soon as it popped up on my phone. I announced it live, which is pretty cool. I like that I get to announce this type of stuff live. I mean, they almost made a comeback. I mean, other games they would have just lost this game 6-1 or worse. But folks, real quick, we're 45 minutes into the live stream. I do appreciate every single one of you in the chat right now. Appreciate the comments, the support. Does mean a lot to me. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 900 subscribers. So for anybody that is watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button, join in on the conversation. We are 11 subscribers away. 11 subs away, folks. Got it. Okay. Got it. Yeah, because who are the Orioles? I want to see the Orioles schedule. I'm just curious to see what their schedule looks like for the rest of the season. So obviously the Rockies tomorrow. Then they have a 3-game set against the White Sox. Then Tampa Bay. They go to Boston for 3 games, go to Detroit for 3 games. Then they have the Giants for 3 games, Detroit Tigers again for 3 games. They play against the Yankees, and they close out the season against the Minnesota Twins. Well, I think that's what's probably going to happen. I mean, that's the game plan, right? Dominguez and Soto. Yeah, they do. They do have an easier schedule, the Orioles, no doubt. I mean, on paper, they do. You're talking about this one here, Li? Your explanation? If Dominguez stays in rookie status, you get a draft pick if he wins Rookie of the Year, like Austin Wells will this year's. And by the way, the draft pick we acquire can be traded, so having those picks can make the Yankees. More dangerous in the trade market, or use those picks to select future trade pieces or futures for the team. Yeah, no, I get you there, Li. I got you. No, Dev, the Yankees haven't called anybody up yet. But that move is tomorrow morning for sure. Yankees aren't going to get knocked out. No, they'll still make the postseason. We'll see how far they'll get in the postseason. That's another question. We'll see what they do. I was looking at the starting pitcher from St. Louis, Gibson. He actually didn't pitch a bad game. I mean, struck out 6, didn't walk anybody. Only gave up 1 earned run, 5 hits, went 7 innings. So he did pretty well tonight. Well, John, who knows? I mean, let's see what happens in the postseason. If there's no World Series, do they exercise Boone's option for 2025? Do they let him go? If they do let him go, who takes his place? And I know everybody's going to throw out names like Willie Randolph. That's not going to happen. Buck Showalter, it's not going to happen. Alex Cora is not going to happen. Yeah, they're going to make the postseason. Will they win? Will they go all the way? Will they win the World Series? I don't know. It's really whoever gets in the postseason. It's anybody's championship, really. Hey, Jonathan, how's it going? Well, hopefully they don't finish on 500. And yeah, you look at his winning percentage as a manager. I mean, it's definitely over 500. It's way past 500. So traveling tomorrow, cool, Jonathan. Somewhere fun, I hope, or is it for work? Yeah, Jorge Posada. Question is, does he take the job? Yeah, I mean, banking on a draft pick with hopes Dominguez gets rookie of the year is just as bad. Is just as bad management. I mean, who's to say if Austin Wells is going to get it right now? Cowser from the Orioles seems to be the big favorite to get rookie of the year. Oh, cool, Jonathan. I didn't know that, but good stuff. But we'll yeah, it'll be. I just hope the Yankees. Like I said, I hope the Yankees win tomorrow. They got to win tomorrow. They got to win the series. They got to take the series. And at least start the month of September off with a win. It would be great. And then I'm more interested to see who they bring up tomorrow. Who they're calling up because I am mostly excited for that. Elida Dominguez has 35 MLB at bats. Currently, for him to retain his rookie status, he has to stay under 130 at bats. So he has 94 at bats to play with 28 games remaining. He should be able to. Yeah, I don't think Shelly Duncan. I think they're going to leave Shelly Duncan down where he is right now. He is doing a good job over there with Scranton for sure. Oh, Posada has said he doesn't want to travel. Well, that I guess Posada's out of the question. Yeah, I don't want to say 0%, but I don't think he's going to get it. I think that's going to go to Cowser. Yeah, they'll probably announce the roster moves at 10 a.m. tomorrow around there. Yeah, well, if he's not interested in managing, he's certainly out of the question. So it's not going to be Jorge Posada, as some people would like, or Willie Randolph, or Buck Showalter, or Joe Girardi. I don't think it's going to be any of those guys. Well, yeah, I mean, postseason, if they lose a series, yeah, they're eliminated. It's sayonara, goodbye, definitely. So, Rob, I'm not sure if David Cohn wanted the job. I don't know if David Cohn wanted the job. I don't even know if the Yankees made an offer to him. I feel like they may have made an offer. I'm not sure. Two, two or three players that are coming up tomorrow, probably on their way. They're just going to announce it tomorrow. Yeah, it could be Joe. If Hill or Wells ends up second in the rookie of the year, the Yankees get an additional IFA. Yeah, right. I think Shelly Duncan. I like Shelly Duncan, but I think he'd be. I think they like him at AAA Scranton. There, Jonathan. Hey, Mr. Coconuts, how you doing? A-Rod or Beltron? Beltron, I could see. A-Rod, I don't know. That's what I'm envisioning. I'm envisioning Austin Wells as a runner-up. Yeah, I don't think A-Rod would do it, and besides, he's dealing with. He's got his own businesses. He has ownership of like the Timberwolves, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think he'd be interested in managing a team. Yeah, Duncan has coaching experience. The thing with Boone, though, he has a family lineage of baseball players. He grew up with that, so he does understand baseball. He gets baseball, because his entire family, there's a history of it. Such good baseball, DJ would flourish. Steroids aren't cheating, in your opinion? I mean, it does help with performance. Oh, with steroids? Well, a lot of players probably would. Well, baseball, it's not even borderline. Baseball encouraged it. So, like I said, I know if Boone was not on this team next season, who takes his place? I mean, I know Ken brings up DeRosa. I mean, he could be a name. Steroids is for guys sacrificing their life and money and entertainment. I mean, I'm not really for it, Rob, but hey, to each their own. Jose Molina. Isn't he a manager right now? Oh yeah, he is a manager in one of the Mexican leagues. I mean, I'm going to say maybe to that. I don't know what his experience is like as a manager. So let me. What's up, John? How's it going? I mean, if you're John, are you talking about Osmus? Because I don't know that I would want him. Yeah, well, a lot of people felt like baseball was a lot better with the steroids. Right. Baseball didn't police steroids use in the MLB till they started after Congress forced them to. Right. Right. Brad Ausmus, I'm not sure about him. That's a maybe for me. That's a maybe for me. Yeah, Judge would hit 110 juiced. Give the bench coach of the Blue Jay. I hear you, cold Italian pizza. Yeah, listen, I mean, I understand people liking the game when the guys were roided up, but I'm also for all, natural power too. But that's just me. I'm not really one that's into the steroids, but th- that's just my opinion on it. I'm not really a fan of it. I'll be honest. And Judge doesn't, and that's his thing. Judge doesn't need to juice or do steroids. He's already a special specimen as it is. He's a big guy. So yeah, well, I'm sure you and some other folks would enjoy Judge on steroids. I mean, I don't know. I'm not all for steroids. That's me. I mean, I get that, Rob, but who is that guy? Yeah, I mean, he was definitely juiced for sure. Yeah. Well, as far as the whole steroid issue, I could go down that rabbit hole, but that's a conversation for a different day. Yeah, Frank, they did. They did. John Flaherty as a manager, again, maybe. When the Yankees hired Aaron Boone, that was a name that I wasn't expecting. I don't know who I was expecting, but it certainly was not Boone. Yeah, Kevin Cash actually he wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind him. Or who's that Phillies manager? What was his name again? Rob Thompson. I wouldn't mind Rob Thompson. That's one guy I wouldn't mind the Yankees hiring. He could be a possibility. But yeah, Rob Thompson would be cool. Wouldn't mind him. Rodney Linares, the bench coach for the Rays. See, maybe yeah, a guy like that from the Rays, I wouldn't mind. Well, then I guess Kevin Cash is out of the equation. Then there, Frank. But what can you do? Yeah, Bonds was a Hall of Famer before the roids. He didn't really need to take it. Yeah, well, the thing is, Rob, the Rays, they do a good job of developing players. You know, the problem is they just can't secure a World Series. Yeah, for sure, Ken. Absolutely. Hypocrisy on in this game. Yeah, it's only going to get worse there, Egyptian. Sorry to break the news to you, but yeah, I mean, I guess if Ortiz was a Hall of Famer, the other guys I suppose should be, but Ortiz then shouldn't be a Hall of Famer if you banned the other guys from being Hall of Famers or getting into the yeah. I mean, yeah, I would have liked Rob Thompson. I mean, I think Rob Thompson would be great. I think he'd be a great manager if it wasn't Boone. Yeah, if Ortiz shouldn't be in if they all can't. Yeah. No doubt, man. No doubt. George Lombard. I gotcha. Ever have what? They're Egyptian? Oh, probably, man. There was a whole, that whole Mitchell report came out with all those names. I mean, I don't think Piazza's name was on that list, but I'm sure he. O.M. Ali? I don't think so. What is that? What is that? Oh, I know what you're talking about. I never had it. Egyptian. Yeah, George Lombard. Yes, I was just about to ask if that's Lombard's father, the guy that's in the Yankees farm system. So it sounds like he is. That would be cool to have a father son duo. Yeah, Egyptian bread pudding. I just looked it up. Yeah, I never had it. Can't say I've had it. Yeah, John. Listen. I share your frustration. I share your frustration. But like I said, the steroid conversation. That's a conversation for a different day. As far as today's game between the Cardinals and the Yankees, unfortunately, the Yankees lost. It was a game that they almost came back. They almost tied it up with John Carlos grand slam. It didn't happen. Will Warren didn't have a great outing, but he just got sent back down. Ben Rice is also sent back down. So let's see who they call up tomorrow. I'm excited to see who they call up tomorrow. That way, hopefully, we could talk about it when I do the live stream tomorrow. And then also, I'm going to do the play by play tomorrow as well. All right, folks. But again, the Yankees lost 6-5. They almost made a comeback. They almost made a comeback. They could have won the game, but just couldn't capitalize on it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right. Another rubber game. Hopefully they get the series win. And yes, Egyptian, I have been to Turkey many times. I've been there many times. I still have a lot of family back there. So it's been a while since I went back, but yes. So, but anyway, folks, I'm gonna let you guys go. But thank you all for tuning in. I didn't know if I was gonna go live for the post game, but I decided, you know what, I'll go live for the post game. Let's see who shows up. A lot of you showed up, so I do appreciate all of you showing up and giving me the support that you all been giving me. It is greatly appreciated. I do thank you for it. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Like I said, hopefully the Yankees can take the series with the win tomorrow. So I'll do the show tomorrow. Also do the play-by-play. Hopefully I see all of you there. And make sure you all like this channel, like the stream. Make sure you all subscribe. Share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your Saturday. And I'll see you all next time.